plastered, iced out by Usyk. So it just shows, and there's all the big fights, Tyson Fury.
Oleksandr Usyk has emerged as a towering figure in heavyweight boxing, systematically dismantling some of the sport's most prominent fighters, particularly those from Britain. His performances have not only secured him titles, but have also reshaped the careers and mental fortitude of his opponents. Fighters like Daniel Dubois, Anthony Joshua, and Tyson Fury have all fallen to Usyk's technical brilliance, with each defeat leaving a lasting impact on their confidence and legacy. The boxing world, particularly in Britain, has been forced to grapple with Usyk's dominance, though some media outlets and analysts have been slow to give him the credit he deserves. This reluctance highlights a deeper issue of bias, while Usyk's achievements continue to speak for themselves, cementing his place among the sport's all-time greats. Daniel Dubois, a promising young heavyweight, faced Usyk in a fight that exposed his vulnerabilities. Analysts, including Tony Bellew, have expressed concern for Dubois' future, noting that his confidence, a key component of his fighting style, was shattered early in the bout. Bellew predicted that Usyk would break Dubois down, and the fight unfolded much as expected, though faster than anticipated. Usyk stopped Dubois in the fifth round, a result that underscored the Ukrainian's ability to exploit mental and tactical weaknesses. From the opening bell, Usyk's jab was a weapon, landing with precision and disrupting Dubois' rhythm. This early dominance prevented Dubois from building the momentum he relies on, as his confidence visibly drained with each passing round. By the time Usyk landed heavy shots to the body and head, Dubois appeared overwhelmed, unable to respond effectively. The fight was a stark reminder of Usyk's ability to not only win, but to dismantle his opponents psychologically, leaving them questioning their place in the sport. Bellew's analysis of Dubois' performance highlights a broader truth about Usyk's impact. Dubois is known as a confidence fighter, someone who thrives when he feels in control. Against lesser opponents like Jarrell Miller and Filip Hrgovic, Dubois has shown heart and resilience, but Usyk's relentless pressure and technical mastery exposed a fragility in his mindset. Bellew noted that while Dubois has displayed courage in past fights, his mental fortitude wavered against Usyk. The heavy jab that Usyk employed from the first round set the tone, and as the fight progressed, it became clear that Dubois was struggling to find answers. This pattern of breaking down opponents is a hallmark of Usyk's style, and it has left fighters like Dubois facing an uncertain future. The psychological toll of such a loss is significant, as it forces a fighter to confront their limitations in a way that can linger long after the physical bruises heal. Usyk's dominance extends beyond Dubois to other British heavyweights, including Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Joshua, a former champion, faced Usyk twice and lost both times, acknowledging afterward the superior skill he encountered. Joshua's honesty about the gap in their abilities speaks to the profound impact Usyk has had on his career. Joshua admitted that Usyk's footwork, composure, and tactical acumen were on another level, making it difficult for him to find a way to compete effectively. This humility from a fighter of Joshua's stature underscores the respect Usyk commands, even among those he has defeated. Similarly, Tyson Fury, who has lost to Usyk twice, has seen his aura of invincibility fade. Fury's losses were not just defeats but decisive ones, with Usyk outclassing him in both encounters. The second fight, in particular, was a masterclass as Usyk improved on his already impressive performance from their first meeting. Fury's reaction to these losses reveals the psychological weight of facing Usyk. Known for his brash personality and bold proclamations, Fury has been uncharacteristically subdued since his second defeat. His insistence that he is the only fighter capable of beating Usyk reflects a desire to reclaim his place in the sport, but it also hints at the sting of being outclassed. Fury's talk of a trilogy fight at a venue like Wembley suggests a burning need for redemption, not just to win back titles, but to restore his legacy. The idea of a third fight is not merely about competition. It's about proving himself against an opponent who has redefined what greatness means in the heavyweight division. Fury's offer to mentor Dubois further illustrates his understanding of the mental toll Usyk's victories can take. By extending a hand to a younger fighter, Fury shows a rare moment of camaraderie, acknowledging the shared struggle of facing a formidable opponent like Usyk. Frank Warren, a prominent boxing promoter, has been vocal in his praise for Usyk, placing him among the sport's historical giants like Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, and Larry Holmes. Warren's comments emphasize Usyk's discipline, technical skill, and mental strength, particularly his ability to win fights in hostile environments. Every one of Usyk's major victories has come on foreign soil, a testament to his resilience and adaptability. Warren argues that Usyk's achievements, winning Olympic gold, unifying the cruiserweight division, and becoming undisputed heavyweight champion at 38, place him in the top tier of boxing history. This perspective contrasts sharply with the reluctance of some British media outlets to fully embrace Usyk's greatness. Despite his victories over Derek Chisora, Joshua, Dubois, and Fury, a segment of the media has consistently downplayed his accomplishments, often attributing his success to opponents' shortcomings rather than his own brilliance. This bias is particularly evident in the commentary surrounding Usyk's fights against British boxers. Analysts like Spencer Oliver have claimed that Usyk has not improved since his first fight with Dubois, a statement that ignores his subsequent victories over Fury. Such narratives suggest that British fighters like Dubois have closed the gap, when in reality, Usyk's performances have only grown more dominant. Simon Jordan, another pundit, predicted that Dubois would defeat Usyk, citing a supposed decline in Usyk's abilities. These claims were proven wrong when Usyk stopped Dubois convincingly, yet the reluctance to acknowledge Usyk's superiority persists. This pattern of discrediting Usyk raises questions about national bias, as the British media often seems to prioritize supporting its own fighters over objective analysis. The role of a pundit is to provide balanced insight, highlighting each fighter's strengths and weaknesses, but too often, Usyk's achievements are minimized to prop up the narratives of his opponents. Usyk's ability to dominate is not just a matter of physical skill, but of mental fortitude. His fights are a study in control, as he systematically breaks down his opponent's confidence. Against Dubois, the jab was a tool of destruction, setting the stage for a performance that left no doubt about his superiority. Against Joshua, his tactical brilliance and relentless pressure exposed gaps that even a fighter of Joshua's caliber couldn't close. And against Fury, Usyk's ability to adapt and improve between their first and second fights showcased a level of mastery that few can match. Each victory has added to his legacy, but it has also left a trail of fighters grappling with the psychological aftermath of facing him. The prospect of a trilogy fight between Usyk and Fury is generating significant buzz, not just because of the stakes, but because of what it represents. For Fury, it's a chance to rewrite the narrative of his career, to end on a high note rather than a loss. His public statements, filled with bravado and aggression, suggest he is still processing the reality of being beaten so decisively. Fury's claim that he was robbed in their fights is a coping mechanism, a way to maintain his confidence in the face of undeniable defeat. Yet, the boxing world knows that Usyk was the clear victor, and Fury's insistence on a third fight reflects his refusal to let that loss define him. For Usyk, the trilogy would be another opportunity to prove his greatness, to show that his dominance is not a fluke, but the result of unmatched skill and determination. The broader heavyweight landscape is also shifting in response to Usyk's reign. Anthony Joshua, despite his losses to Usyk, remains a significant figure, and there is talk of a potential fight with Fury as a warm-up for a third Usyk bout. Such a matchup would be a major event, offering Joshua a chance to redeem himself and Fury an opportunity to shake off ring rust. Joseph Parker, another contender, has been mentioned as a potential challenger for Usyk, with some arguing he deserves a shot at the title. However, the focus remains on Usyk, whose willingness to face any opponent underscores his confidence and hunger for greatness. Unlike many champions who pick and choose their fights, Usyk embraces the toughest challenges, a trait that sets him apart.